So, how do you fit a giant? How do you travel with a floor dragger tail for a fursuit? Also, I know people are going to be angry because this is extremely out of focus and because I am filming the wrong way. Okay, there we go. Anyway, this is about 6-7 feet long. I have not measured. It's big. So, this thing is giant. It's like a giant caterpillar. With tails, the thing is, you can squish them as much as you want, as long as there's not a foam core. You can even unstuff them and restuff them, and then just sew that up. But with me, I don't want to do that. I probably should do that, but the thing is, I actually risk stuffing leaking out of this. Circle tail for a friend. As you can see, the thing that takes up my entire box is these giant feet paws. But you know what we can put in the giant feet paws? We can shove my socks in there. We can shove just anything in these. The thing is, whenever you have feet paws that are this big and that don't squish very well, shove crap inside of them because you'll run out of room very fast in one of these boxes specifically. But yeah, I have gift badges for people. I still have to shove that big one inside of here. Here we go. Spandex, because I'm repairing a tail. The thing is, these are just cheap Ugg boots, whatever you want to call them. And so, they're very big. They're big snow boots, basically. So, what you can do, basically, is just, if you have feet paws, cram them with everything you own that you're taking. Flower crown, foot paw. Do I have anything else that I can shove in there? Just make sure it's stuff that you can actually put in there. Stuff that's not, like, valuable. Stuff that's not gonna, like, get destroyed. Because, trust me, the last thing I want is somebody to blame me. You got my foot paw. You made me shove shit in there. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, yeah, let's see. Yes, this is the tail cover for this thing. It goes about, I think, halfway. It's just clear vinyl. Don't use clear vinyl. Vinyl is the worst fabric ever. Vinyl is the garbage fabric. Other than satin. Vinyl and satin are the most garbage fabrics. Oh. Also, this is my little bell collar I made last year. It's just a piece of fleece sewn together. And then just sewn onto the bell. I know I should probably add a ring. And then just clip the ring on. But I was just like, oh well. Hey! Anyway, this is just a big ass carabiner. So I can easily clip it on and off. Yeah, I could show it in this one. With this stupid thing. Just shove it into the crevices. Also, yes, these are the paws that I took last year. They are shaved, and they look much nicer. And I had a giant stain on one of them, and I shaved it, and the stain actually kind of came off. The reason why I didn't shave them last year was because time issues, and because I was like, okay, whenever I get home, I could just shave off all the crap on there. We're good. Because I didn't have enough time to make paws. These are paws. claws, so I just kind of rolled with it. I'm hoping to get DVC claws and add those over these ones because I'm not a fan of the teeny weeny claws. I do have my hand paws, but they are still, I think they're still drying. Let's check. These have been drying for like a week now. This is the insides that were drying. Yeah, they're dry now. But, what I'm probably going to be doing for some of my fursuit parts, I'm taking my fursuit, I'm taking 3 fursuit heads and I'm coming home with 3 fursuit heads. One is the circle that matches that crazy fabric. But the thing is, I am going to be buying a fursuit head. But the thing is, I am still going to be wearing this tail, so you're not going to have a hard time finding me. I'm going to be wearing 2 tails at once. I'm bringing like 3 tails. I'm bringing 2 tails with me, and then I'm going to have a 3rd tail, so I should just throw them all on at once. I'm doing that. I'm being the hybrid suit that nobody ever wants to see. Also, if you're drying out your fursuit, I have a fan in the window. What you can do is for your paws, put them up against the window in a sunny place, and they actually dry much nicer than just hanging them outside on a line to dry. Like, I don't know how, but they just do. Or maybe I just have, like, a very shady house area, whatever. It's not very sunny in, like, most areas. With the circle paws, yes, they are fully lined, and I can't get them on right now, so too bad. But I actually filmed making these, and I'm very happy with how they turned out. I'm gonna have to tweak my pattern a little bit to be a little bit more floofy. But with these, I can also shove them inside my foot. Yes, I have cleaned the feet. So don't be thinking you're putting someone else's paws inside of your dirty feet paws. No. I disinfect the shit out of like my entire fursuit. Anyway, also I just want to give a little thing of advice. Whenever you have a fursuit harness, I believe it was Warhorse Workshop, Eno's husband, that I bought this off of last year. I'm like 99% sure. Just a little thing for you guys. These little clips, these rings and such, they are so heavy. Like, it's a very nice harness, but when you transport it, it adds a lot of weight. So I'm actually thinking of suiting to go into town, so it's less luggage for me, because if you actually look in my suitcase, it doesn't fit. And I am taking a planty in my digi. So yeah, I'm actually going to be full suiting this year. Woo! No partials for me. Except whenever I am dying of heat exhaustion. That's like the only time. But even then, it'll probably be very rare. Now, how do you squish this thing in? You want to squish, if you can, just fold it upwards a little bit like a spiral, and then just squish it down. It'll make your life so much better. I'm probably going to be wearing my digi suit into town, and then just taking my plantigrade in this box, because I have to transport 3 heads! Puffin stuff's going to be in my duffel bag. he fits in anything. Whenever he was still Moonglow version 1, he actually fit perfectly inside a backpack. And then he broke the zipper. But, you know, he fit. But for puffin stuff, I am just going... What I plan on doing is, with your fursuit heads, if they're, like, narrow enough, and if the ears can bend a little bit, I recommend getting a giant backpack or a duffel bag and just shoving them in there. And just trying to make what you can. Make with what you can. Try not to overdo it with what you pack, just because if you have to transport on public transportation such as a bus like I do, be prepared to have to lug this thing around. I think the hardest part for me is having to go onto a bus and just sit. It's the trip there that's the pain in the ass. But for anyone who's going to Anthrocom for the first time, if you want to take the trolley into town, I highly recommend not. It's a pain in the ass, and honestly, it doesn't exactly take you where you'd like to go, where the bus, you'll be right next to the convention center. So yeah, I recommend taking the bus over the trolley regardless. So yeah. Also, if you can get like a cheaper fare and then you have to walk a little bit, I recommend just doing the more expensive fare. Just so you're actually closer and you don't have to risk anything. I believe, from what I've heard, there's still protesting going on, so be careful there. Don't go near them. Do not interact. Just please be safe. And always stay in a group. So yeah, I am so excited for next week, and I will actually be recording a second video of me actually showing you how I plan to pack heads into a suitcase. It's not going to be fun. Bye!